Sup, Devils? J-Dog back, 6 a.m. as always, another goddamn fucking video. And today's video is going to be actually a little bit of a different one. Some of the regular Devils might not like it too much, so, if you kind of don't, then just change the fucking channel or, kick your feet up and for a little educational purposes, I guess. But some of you might like it too that aren't interested in this subject because you guys always ask for rants and shit like this. This is going to be kind of a, I don't know about a rant. It might be a little bit more rant. Let's kind of see where it goes, but it's going to be more of a kind of a call out of another YouTube channel. And ironically enough, actually, this YouTube channel is by the guy named Nick Trigilli. I actually like the guy, and I've actually followed him for years. I've actually been a fan of him when right before he even turned pro bodybuilder. He was sponsored by Muscle Meds. Always been a fan of him, and his YouTube channel now, you guys could go check it out. I'm going to pull a video up on my phone and kind of play what he says that I highly fucking disagree with. I don't know why he would say this, but anyways, I like his YouTube channel. It's called now Bodybuilding and BS, and it's kind of like the TMZ of bodybuilding. So any of you guys that are interested in like bodybuilding and shit like that, or just kind of like drama in a sense, you might like his channel. I like his channel. Some of it's a little bit too clickbaity for me, but so definitely some good shit on there. And it's one of the ones I check his channel every single day actually because he's like me, he posts a video every fucking day, the way it should be, right? Not the slack fuck shit. So oh no, I like the guy, but his YouTube channel prior, he was yanked down. YouTube fucked him and yanked it down. His YouTube channel prior was really good. I actually liked it much better. He was doing a bunch of interviews. He had these hidden pro bodybuilders and shit that would talk about their cycles and stuff. He had this hidden drug dealer that talked about making drugs and shit like that. He did some really, really, really cool shit. He interviewed his very first video back was with Boston Lloyd, rest in peace now. So he had an interview with him and Phil Viz interviewing John Meadows, also rest in peace. He had really good shit. So I'm kind of bummed that those fucking videos were taken down. If I would have known that, I would have maybe copied or something. Because there was like some killer fucking info in there. So anyways, not going to sit here and totally bash the guy. And I'm just giving this kind of like disclaimer because in 2022 society, it's filled with a bunch of fucking pussies and tampon boys that they think just because you disagree with somebody on a topic that all of a sudden you don't like them. No, I still like the guy. I'm just, what the fuck? I'm just calling something out because I think he's giving out bad information on this topic that's literally is the exact opposite of what I tell people to do. And I think it's just dangerous advice. So without further fucking ado, what he says, I'm going to kind of play it to refresh it. I brought it up. It's a little bit more in depth. You got to look at it. It's the video that he did. He posted a few days ago. It's called Larry Wheels Has to Stop Steroids. And the main thing that I think that he said that was just, I don't even know why the fuck he would even say this. And I'll get to that in a minute. Like he says, adding a blood pressure medication is the worst thing you could do if you're taking steroids, which is like the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard. Usually, because he definitely says things I disagree with and stuff like that on stuff like whether calling somebody out or whatever, which I don't give a shit, to do whatever you want. But when there's all these guys dropping dead and shit, and one of the things they should be doing that probably a lot of them were is to add a blood pressure medication. So, anyways, let me see. Playing on my phone. I think you guys can hear it. I did a test video, so you should be able to hear it. I don't have all the fancy equipment, guys, where I can show the video on screen. Look it up, motherfuckers. It's called Bodybuilding and BS in the channel, and that's the name of the channel. And the fucking video is Larry Wheels Has to Stop Steroids. So, anyways, here's what he fucking says.
Good help regarding that. Question for you guys that watch Larry Wheels consistently. Where is this video and what medications is this man taking? Because if you're healthy, you don't need medications. Let me just say that. You don't need to take medications.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, all in all, yeah, you shouldn't need any medications if you're trying to be a generally healthy person. But he's talking about guys that are bodybuilding. Well, they're already taking pharmaceutical medications, steroids, growth hormone, thyroid, clenbuterol, insulin, things like that. So we're not talking about just a general person trying to be fucking healthy. Okay? So that's not the same fucking thing. But yes, you want to be perfectly fucking healthy, everything should be as natural as possible. But we're not talking about that.
And the only medication that comes to mind that I think someone like him would need is a blood pressure med. I hope whoever.
So why does it come to your mind that someone like him would need is a blood pressure med, but yet you're completely against it? Doesn't make sense. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. When he said medications too, that's the first thing that came to mind. First two things that came to mind is more than likely a blood pressure medication, whether it be an ACE inhibitor, an ARB, or a fucking beta blocker. One of those three, or possibly a diuretic, or a cholesterol medication, something like rosuvastatin. That'd be the second. I was like, because the guys taking steroids, your cholesterol profile is gonna be fucked up on that too. So those are the only two that came to mind. And since they came to your mind too, why would you be against them?
This person is as instructing him to take whatever meds he's taking to make sure he's healthy is not combining a blood pressure med with steroids. That is a recipe for a disaster. immediate disaster,
How
like
so?
nuclear bomb disaster. Stroking out will
Stroking out?
immediately
What?
happen if you
How?
start doing that type of stuff. There's no reason why you shouldn't address these health issues organically or naturally, I should say. Like, address the problem instead of masking it with.
Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave off. So, okay, the problem is like when you address the problem organically. Here's your two things, two options. Let's say so. Larry Wheels, he's not a professional bodybuilder, but he does bodybuilding. He's behemothly strong. He's doing like strongman now, powerlifting, anything. But he lives a bodybuilding type lifestyle and obviously taking the same drugs as bodybuilders, steroids, growth hormone, all that shit. So he's saying address the problem organically. Okay, here's your two ways of fucking addressing it organically is A, keep taking the shit that you're taking, keep bodybuilding, be like, my blood pressure's fucking sky high. Fuck it. Just whatever happens, happens. Which that's just you're a reckless dumbass at that point. That's option A. Option B is organically, okay, stop taking all the fucking drugs you're taking. Okay, stop bodybuilding. That's literally because you can't fucking professional bodybuilder without steroids. That's impossible. Anybody that's living in that world is delusional as fuck. You can't even do it on very minor doses. You got to use it on pretty substantial doses to get there. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to have high blood pressure. There's people that get away with it that don't get high blood pressure. They're genetic anomalies. So how are you going to address the problem organically, Nick? That makes no fucking sense. What are you going to do? Add some supplements? That ain't going to do shit. Just for you guys, a little educational purposes for you guys too. The a natural supplement that lowers your blood pressure the most out of all of them is actually garlic extract, and it's fucking only lowers it by like I think it's either 5 or 10 points. That's it. That's the one that lowers it the most. There's other ones that do it lowers it 1 or 2 points. Then it can do a fucking thing. So if you're running around with a blood pressure of like 150 over 150, 155 over 90, which I see it all the fucking time, guys that take their shit at the gym and stuff, I say go actually get a blood pressure cuff, measure it 3 times a day. This is how you get your blood pressure like an accurate to thing. Because some guys will go to the doctor, yeah, it was fine. Tested one. I'm like, what? We tested it once a year? That ain't fine. Find my ass. Wipe my ass with that. You go get a fucking home cuff. Drug Mart has a really good one. I'm sure you get good ones at Walmart, but yeah, good digital ones. You take it first thing in the morning. You write it on your fucking calendar. You write 7 a.m. to write what was. Your blood pressure and your resting heart rate. What was it? Take it again midday. Write it again on your calendar. The time, 2 o'clock, 2 p.m., write what it was. Then take it before you go to bed. Write it down there. Do that for multiple times a week for about a month straight. Take the average. That's how you know what the fuck your shit is. And you'll see trends. That's how you figure out is. And I'm telling you, 99 times out of a fucking 100, if you're taking anabolics and shit, your blood pressure's gonna be high. There's guys that get away with it. Like another guy who I respect and I follow is Dave Crossland over in the UK. I guess he's considered kind of like the PED expert and of the United Kingdom. Even when he was at his heaviest, he got up to fucking 400 pounds, which is fucking insane. He said his blood pressure was never high. I personally find that fucking hard to believe. I'm like, dude, were you measuring it right? I don't know. I mean, he seems like he's a smart guy, and it seems like, I don't know, but so it is possible that you're not going to automatically get high blood pressure. Just like kind of like we've always said, you can smoke every day and live to be 90 years old. I've literally known a guy who smoked a pack of cigarettes every single day and lived to be 90 years old. He died at like 91, 92. He was our guy that we get boxes from for our company. Only know one. So when people say that shit, I've literally known a person. So but the average person's not going to get away with that. You take the top 10 guys on last year's Olympia stage. Who was the top 10? Let's see if I get it right. Big Ramy, Brandon Curry, Hadi Chupon, Hunter Labrada, Nick Walker, William Bonac, Ian Valier. I think it was Justin Rodriguez then. I kind of forget who was after that. But fuck, the first 7, I think I'm pretty sure I got spot on, right? But anyways, take the top 10 guys. I guarantee fucking you, at least, I'll be conservative. Let's say 7. 7 of them have either high blood pressure or they are on a blood pressure fucking medication, so they don't have high blood pressure. It's an ancillary. It's literally like saying like you take bodybuilding doses of testosterone. I'm not going to take an aromatase inhibitor. Well, just address the problem organically. Why do you need an anti-cancer medication, Nick? Because I know you take fucking anti-estrogens. You're all for them. You did when you competed and shit, which, yes, I agree. You need them. Like, if you're going to take high testosterone, you're going to need an anti-estrogen. Those are just anti-cancer medications created for breast cancer. So you're okay with running that ancillary, but your blood pressure is going up from taking these same drugs. You're not okay with that. That makes no fucking sense. And stroking out and shit. Who the fuck do you know that has ever happened to? I can name you a few bodybuilders. Actually, I purposely made a notepad so I wouldn't forget. I was like, who's off the top of my head? I literally just took me 30 seconds, but I didn't want to look. Just guys that I know and listen to that take blood pressure medications. Right off the top of my fucking head. For starters, a really good coach that I like, and he's a pro bodybuilder too, Justin Harris. Listen to his interviews and shit like this. all his clients, he's I think he's retired now. Like I don't think he's ever planning on competing again, but he trains guys. And all his clients, he literally says he puts them automatically on a fucking blood pressure medication like lisinopril, for example, automatically, even if their blood pressure's not high, just to keep the blood pressure in control because it will get high, so he says. And he's a look him up, Justin Harris, smart as fuck guy. So all of his clients are on BP medication, and they're not fucking stroking out, Nick. So I don't know where the hell you got that. Chase Irons is on 80 milligrams of telmisartan. Eric Konevsky, that's your buddy, Nick. He's on lisinopril for fucking years. And we know fucking Eric. He went over his cycles, 5 grams of test a week, which is just fucking beyond fucking retarded. I don't even know why you would take that goddamn much, but whatever. Shout out to Eric. I like him too. He's a funny guy. But his doses that he was doing was competing was completely unnecessary and ridiculous. Dave Palumbo's been on Ramipril for fucking years. He seems to be alive and well. Didn't stroke out dead. Luke Sandow, who rest in peace, that he committed suicide. He was been on lisinopril for years too. Admittedly, look it up. You can find all the shits. They openly talk about it. Those guys, right off the top of my head, that I knew. I can't remember if John Meadows was on one or not. But nonetheless, I mean, like I said, the top 10 guys at the Olympia, I guarantee most of them, if they're smart enough, like Ian Valier, he's probably on a blood pressure medication, guaranteed. And then you probably get 3 guys that are lucky that blood pressure just doesn't move, even with all the shit they're on. So, like I said, I just want to do this video because with all the fucking bodybuilders dropping dead and shit like that, that's one of the most irresponsible fucking things you can say, dude. Because I honestly believe a lot of the reasons that the deaths are much higher now is the thing is, it's funny because we actually do the math too. Because I've been a fucking fan of this sport, so like you, Nick. Because okay, Nick's not going to see this video, or if he does, he's damn sure not going to reply. I don't fucking nobody to him, which is fine, whatever. But he's like, who's this kid? What does he fucking know? Well, first of all, dude, I'm 37. I'm pretty sure you're 33 or 34. Again, I follow you. I'm a fan. So I'm actually older than you. I've been a fan of the bodybuilding since the early 2000s. Been a student of the sport, I guess if you want to call it that, for fucking years. Until I thought I'd go to the Olympia every single year, except before this gay ass fucking COVID shit. I will maybe be there this year. I will definitely be there next year because I heard it's going back to September. I don't like the fact this is in the December this year, the week before Christmas. It's kind of a fucking very, very inconvenient time for me for my business. But I heard it's back in September next year for sure, and that it's going to be at the Planet Hollywood again. So I will 100% be there. If you're there, Nick, I actually would like to meet you and hit up. So it's no offense or nothing like that. So, but I know you're not going to reply to this email. I mean, this video or anything like that, because again, I'm sure I'm some fucking complete nobody to you. But anyways, I just think that's but what I was getting about a lot of the deaths in bodybuilding, if you actually are a fan of this sport or follow it, it's like there are more now, but it's not as many more. Like people keep forgetting about guys like Andreas Munzer, Mike Matarazzo, at Nasser El Sambadi. There's tons of them that were dying in the early 2000s and shit. Like this is not it's not as many more as you think. But it is more. I will admit that it is the quantity is more when you do add it up. But I've said for fucking years, well, not at me. It's a lot of people have been saying it for fucking years. Like fucking John Romano, he totally has fucking egg on his fucking face saying years ago, "Where's the bodies? Where's the bodies? Show me the bodies." Because the bodies take years to pile up. These abusive dosages did not start until basically the Dorian Yates era. Yes, in the 80s and 70s, I'm sure there were some guys pushing the envelope, but it was nowhere near to the degree. Because half those guys that interview like, I was just taking a 200 mgs of Primo and 300 mgs of Test and a couple D-ball. Well, they're fucking lying. They're out their ass off. So I don't even trust any of them assholes. They're lying. They were taking more than that. But it is definitely still, they were using less shit than Dorian's era. That's when they started to really push things. So you figure mid-90s to early 2000s. Well, even with the high doses, you're not going to die in 1 or 2 years. Where the bodies are, where are the bodies? Where are the bodies? Like John said, your bodies are now, motherfucker. The future is now. We're now there. They're piling up now because of the abusive doses they've been doing for the last 20 fucking years, 20 plus years. That's where we're at. That's why the guys are. That's literally what it is. Look at all the guys that are dying in the fucking the 40s and shit. When do you think they started? They started in their 20s, 20 years ago. Yes, these high fucking doses that in Arnold's day and Lee Haney's day they weren't fucking doing. That's why those guys are still alive. It's not that hard to figure out. It's got nothing to do with this dumbass vaccine or any of this other shit. And it's funny because the bodies were like it was. They started to really increase like 5 years ago. You would have said the word COVID back then. People like, what, 19, what are you talking about? Corona beer? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? So it's like people that like to throw out these jackass conspiracies just talking about propaganda, but it has nothing to do with that. These guys dying. Literally nothing to do with that. And like I said, it's just dead ass fucking obvious. I've been waiting for this day to come, not like anxiously or anything. I just knew it was coming for fucking years when you're like, okay, yeah, these guys are doing these insane doses, but it takes years. They're not going to die in 5 years or so. They're going to die in 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. We're now fucking there. That's why they're dying. That's literally what the fuck it is. Just like, for example, like who I'm a huge fan of, the Nick Walkers and Hunter Labradas, if they keep competing for the next 10, 15 years, do you think they're going to honestly make it to 60 years old? No. Fuck no, they're not. Because whatever they're doing, they're using insane amounts of shit. Of course, they downplay it. No, I'd take moderate amounts. They don't, dude. It's physically impossible to get to that fucking level, regardless of how goddamn good your genetics are, without a shitload of stuff. So yeah, and I hope the only thing that they can do is like take ancillary drugs like blood pressure medications to extend their life. Because for example, like yes, this is going to shorten your lifespan, right? Let's say Nick Walker, for example, just using him as an example because he's a very popular guy and he's one of the mass monsters and he's clearly pushing the envelope, which is fucking. I think he's great. I think he's awesome. You know, who wants to see boring? Who wants to see mundane? Well, if he dies early, well, he's going to be remembered for all eternity. Your dumbass watching this ain't going to be remembered for shit while you're sitting there working your miserable office job. That's why I see it. So instead of knocking the guy, maybe, just look at it for what it is. So that's why I see it, anyways. So I'm not knocking the guy at all. But let's take, for example, let's just say he decided to be a golfer or whatever, or play Nintendo, just live a normal life, never bodybuild, not anything. And let's say his normal age, if you had a crystal ball, you can see he's going to live to be 85 years old, right? Well, right out the gate, I can tell you for sure. Well, not for sure. You can never say, but no doubt in my mind, he's taken years off that. He's not going to live to 85 no more from just bodybuilding. Flat out now. Let's just throw a number out there. Let's say maybe he'll live to be fucking 60 if he does everything right, keeps blood pressure in check, keeps cholesterol in check, keeps an eye on his fucking organs, blood work, ultrasounds of his liver, kidneys, ultrasound of his heart, EKGs, all that shit, getting everything checked out. He's still going to take years off us. Maybe he'll make it to 60. So he took 15 years off his life. Now, let's just say he does the fucking Nick Trigilli, like just do it organically. He's going to just keep our body going. Don't throw in those blood pressure medications. Going to be stroking out. Yet I've yet to ever know anybody that's ever has. And I know tons of guys at my gym that run blood pressure medications that in person that are on steroids or TRT. I know three guys. Two are in their fucking 50s. One's in his 60s that are on TRT even, just so that, and that are on blood pressure medications. They're not stroking out, but that is steroids, technically. TRT, it's testosterone, 200 mgs is what they're on. So I don't know where the fuck he's heard that, or I have no idea where I'd say that. I thought that was beyond fucking weird. But anyways, let's say so Nick does it the fucking the organic way and just says, well, fuck it, I'm not taking these blood pressure medications, I'm not taking these cholesterol medications. My LDL's 175 and my HDL's fucking 9, and that's literally probably what the fuck it is. I would not be the least bit surprised, at least during contest prep for sure, something along those lines. Does that? I mean, now instead of making it to 60, might be like Sean Roden or fucking Cedric McMillan, 44, 46. That's about what you're looking at. And it's, to me, you kind of do the math. And again, I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm some scientist and shit, but some of these guys, oh, show the proof, like, dude, some of this is just common fucking sense. And people have been saying this for goddamn years. For example, was anybody surprised when Delta Boston Lloyd died? And no disrespect to Boston. I literally thought Boston was the most entertaining person to listen to and watch on YouTube. Definitely bummed he's gone. All these other fucking half-truth ass motherfuckers like Seth Ferosi and shit, who's lying out of his ass. I'm on TRT. Get the fuck out of here, man. You're the biggest half-truth motherfucker on YouTube. Nick's pretty half-truth too. I'm on TRT. No, you're not, dude. You're on best sports TRT, 300 to 400 milligrams. Look at all your past interviews and shit with Generation I and shit. I know doctors that, they'll write you a script for 300, 400 milligrams of fudge the blood work. Look it up. It's part 4 series of fucking Generation I. You're not on TRT, dude. You're on like a higher dose of test, not like 300, 400, 500 milligrams. You have a script for it, I'm sure, from a doctor. Yeah, but it's not TRT. TRT is 150 fucking milligrams a week, man. Sometimes 100 milligrams. 200 is the absolute max that an actual real fucking doctor writes you, that if you walk into you walk in, not this over Skype bullshit, and then you go to your fucking CVS pharmacy and pick up your bottle test, the most they'll ever prescribe you is 200 milligrams every 10 days. Yeah, there's all these other ones like Titan Medical and shit that'll prescribe you more, but they're prescribing many cycles. I have no problem with it. I think it's cool as fuck, and that's the way it should be. They want to prescribe an entire fucking Nick Walker Olympia cycle. I have no problem with it. I don't give a fuck, but don't sit there and tell people you're on TRT when you're fucking not. So more half truths. So anyways, it's kind of getting off topic, but I'm saying, so Boston gone. He was the only truthful guy out there. The only truthful people that are out there now, kind of Tony Huge from Enhanced Athlete. I'd say he's 85% truthful. The reason that is I think he's mostly what he says is true, but there's definitely a business edge. So some of it's kind of fudge and favors SARMs and things like that. And then what's his fucking face? Bodybuilder from Thailand. He does his podcast. I'd say I've never caught him in any fucking half truths or anything that sound like BS to me. I would say he's probably the most truthful guy out there. Everyone else, there's nobody that's 100% fucking truthful. They're half truth at fucking best. So yeah, it's a bummer that Boston's fucking gone. But again, like I said, was it any mystery that he fucking died? Everyone was doing the countdown when Sean Ray, everybody, people were saying Dave Palumbo telling him for years, you're gonna fucking die. I was saying it to myself, to me, even my wife. I'm like, this guy's not gonna make it long. And it's like people are shut, like, no, it's no mystery. So like, but adding some of these ancillary things in there that Nick's telling you not to do, which I again, it blows my fucking mind. Um, that's going to fast track you to maybe not 29. That's beyond crazy. But honestly, the Cedric McMillans and shit, the 44s and stuff, that's what I believe will happen. So take someone like a Hunter Labrada or Nick Walker. If they do it, their life is whatever their life expects. If they're lived to be 100, maybe with it, it went to 85 if they do it right now. Maybe if that's maybe, right? That's being oh so generous because not too many people even live to be 100 naturally, right? But like I said, let's just take a round number like 80 years old. That's how if they're playing Nintendo, never bodybuilding, maybe their life expectancy was 80 years old. Now doing bodybuilding and shit, 65, 60. If they do it right with blood pressure medications and shit that Nick's not telling you. They don't do it that. They do it the half-ass fucking way, just the organic way. Just whatever, throw your hands in the air. Fucking got a BP of fucking 155 over 92, resting heart rate of 110. Oh well, fuck it. Fuck those ACE inhibitors. Fuck those ARBs. Fuck that Nobivolol, beta blockers. All that shit that's only going to help you, make you healthier. It's to keep the fucking, yes, you're not going to be perfectly healthy as a bodybuilder. The goal is to be as healthy as possible and to preserve as many lives. I mean, preserve as many years on your life as possible because, yes, you're not going to make it to 100 years old. Not one of those guys in the Olympia stage last year or going on this year is making it to 100 years old. Not motherfucking one. Zero. Zilch. None of them are making that. So all you can do is reduce the damage, is live as long as you can because you damn sure want to live it past your fucking 40s, and that's just ridiculous to die in. So the goal is to make it hopefully 60s or 70s. Because chances are you're probably not even going to make it to 80. You might get one or two of them that make it to 80. Maybe. And it's probably going to be a classic physique guy. Probably not the behemoth open guys. So, anyways, don't want to drag this out too much fucking longer. Sorry for the devils that watch the metal shit that aren't too don't like the bodybuilding talk. I know, I get thrown in there every once in a while, but saw that fucking ridiculous asinine fucking statement and just had to put my 2 cents in there. Just had to put it out there fucking in the world to see. And like I said, I'm sure this will get no fucking views and Nick's not going to say shit or whatever or care or whatever. Who knows? But whatever. No hard feelings. I still watch Nick's videos. And if I'm at the Olympia next year, I'll even come up to you, get my picture with you. And if you want to call me an asshole or whatever, hey, bro, you call everybody out all the time. So I don't know why you fucking care. But all good fun. And I was just saying this because I think nothing else can definitely help some fucking people out because, yeah, take your goddamn BP medications. Whether you're a bodybuilder or not, if you got high blood pressure, get on a fucking BP med. Trust me, it'll fucking definitely extend your life. That's it for this one, Devils. See you in the next one. Later, goddammit.